Joe Caruso from CarusoChronicles.com. Should a teacher be fired for her beliefs? Posted on Facebook. Viki Knox, a Union Township, New Jersey teacher, is under attack for her alleged anti-gay remarks on Facebook. She allegedly referred to homosexuality as a perverted spirit, and now school officials are investigating the matter. Let's take a look at the word perverted. According to Google Search Dictionary, perverted means characterized by sexual, abnormal, and unacceptable practices or tendencies. Question 1. Are homosexual practices abnormal? Let's look at the word abnormal. According to Google Search Dictionary, abnormal means deviating from what is normal or usual, typically in a way that is undesirable. It's without question that heterosexuality is the normal or usual sexual behavior in this world. By calling homosexuality perverted would be a literally correct term, for it is not the normal sexual practice in society. As for unacceptable practices or tendencies, like many other sins, according to the Christian faith, homosexual practice is considered a sin. The term perverted or abnormal may not be politically correct terms, but when we look at the actual meaning of the words, one can conclude it accurately describes sexual tendencies that deviate from societal norms. After reading all of Viki Knox's Facebook comments, I did not get a sense of hate. She seems like a strong woman of faith who is not afraid to stand up. She is not willing to compromise her faith to appease man. That is the Christian faith. Whether you agree with Viki or not, we Americans enjoy certain constitutional freedoms. Speech is protected as well as religion. Many are saying Viki Knox made bigoted comments. Let's examine the term bigoted. According to Google Search Dictionary, bigoted means obstinately convinced of the superiority or correctness of one's opinions and prejudiced against those who hold different opinions. After reading Viki Knox's comments on Facebook, she is convinced of her opinions, and that they are correct according to her biblical beliefs. Does she think she is superior? No. Does she think her biblical views are superior to secular world views? Absolutely. Is she intolerant to other people? Not necessarily. Her religious beliefs are intolerant to anything that goes against God. Sin is an immoral act considered to be a transgression against divine law. People who are opposed to Viki Knox's views have a right to exercise their opinion. They have a right to call her a bigot, and she has a right to say homosexual behavior is perverted. If one hops on the bandwagon to call Viki Knox a bigot or intolerant, at that very moment, they become intolerant of biblical worldviews and religious beliefs, and are convinced that their pro-homosexual views are superior. So how do we get along? Well, treating people decently and equally does not mean we do away with constitutional rights. Let's look at tolerance. What does tolerance mean? The ability or willingness to tolerate something. In particular, the existence of opinions or behavior that one does not necessarily agree with. Viki Knox did not target an individual. Viki Knox did not personally attack someone. On the contrary, people are attacking her for her beliefs. People have accused her and purposely brandished her as a hateful individual. That sounds like a whole lot of hate being unleashed on Viki Knox. She's an American citizen and has every right to speak her mind, whether you like it or not. As far as being a teacher, this has absolutely nothing to do with it. Why? Because an individual can have a difference of opinion on major issues and still do good work. Are there good doctors who happen to be atheists? Do we have to agree with them in order for them to be a good doctor? If your coworker is a Hindu and you don't believe in Hinduism, does that mean they can't be good at a particular job? So here are some final thoughts. Freedom of speech is not speech that only appeases a certain group. freedom of speech is about protecting speech that may or may not be offensive to people. This movement by the left to clamp down on religious speech is an absolute attack on our religious freedoms in general, and Christianity in particular. Many people have died for the freedoms we have, including the right to hear speech that might just be offensive. Get over it. This is Joe Caruso for CarusoChronicles.com.